This is Mark and Charity's Coffee Podcast.
Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. It's Tuesday, August the 23rd. Charity's just discovered what she's handing out for Halloween.
Yes, I am. It's going to be awesome. I'm going to bring them in for work as a special treat.
That's so gross.
They're little mini marshmallows on white sticks dipped in caramel, but they look like
And it
Q-tips.
comes out of a Q-tip box.
They look like Q-tips. That's awesome. I love it.
It's kind of impressive.
And you know what? I thought that would actually be good. And then, of course, my mind immediately jumps to, because this is how my mind works, about our discussion this morning about the apple spice or the pumpkin spice.
Right. Yeah.
You could have different flavored Q-tips, but that could be one of them. Pumpkin spice returning tomorrow.
Tomorrow to Tim Hortons. We called them and they filled us in on that, which is great. Thank you for that phone call. That's going on tomorrow. A lot of other places starting up next week.
Yeah.
I went looking for pumpkin spice in Tim Hortons a couple weeks ago.
Really early. I am shocked because we've commented throughout the summer already. Kids were out of school. I don't think it was a week, and the back to school stuff started.
Yeah,
Christmas has been, I've seen Christmas on store shelves since the civic holiday weekend.
Oh my gosh.
So for you to go out about the same time and start asking about pumpkin spice, I'm like, Mark, what are you doing?
Hang on. Pumpkin spice is okay in August. Christmas,
Is it?
no.
Is it though?
Yeah, because that's closer. That's closer.
It's closer, but is it really there yet? We
They
still
sell
have another
well.
month of summer.
Tim Hortons, Starbucks, they all sell well
Oh, they
when
do.
the pumpkin shows
People
up.
love pumpkin spice.
So anyway, my wife loves the muffins, and I thought, well, I'm just here. I'll stop by and see if they've got it. Because for the most part, I can resist. Some people, if they're in a parking lot with a Tim Hortons, they can't resist, right? I can resist. But I thought I'd go in and become a nice guy. But then I got that blank stare like, no, it's not here. And then I thought, of course it isn't. I'm in the media. I would know. There would be ads everywhere.
You would think.
I would know.
But I didn't even think about it until yesterday.
Yeah.
And I don't even know what it was. I think it was a commercial maybe for Tim Hortons. It must have been. Something triggered it.
I'm going to go to the Tim Hortons up here that opens at 5 at the drive-thru.
Tomorrow?
I'm going to be first one in, and I'm going to get pumpkin.
The first pumpkin.
The donuts, the dip, pumpkin glazed.
The glaze.
the one?
Oh, yes. The
They're
pumpkin
so
spice
good.
glaze. They would be
and
good.
did you want one?
Yes.
Okay, I'm just going to buy me one then. And
Can you split it? We'll split it.
We'll split it.
Okay.
I get the bigger half.
I'm not a
love that.
lover of it. I'll be
No?
honest. I
Okay.
really don't. I love the smell of it because you had mentioned pumpkin spice candles, and I do. I have those ready to come out, but I wait until September.
Spray in the washrooms. Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yes, but to eat it,
It's the end of summer, though. There is
really feels like
there is a signaling. Like I remember an ad for Tim Hortons a few years ago, and I thought it was really effective. And this woman is walking, this young lady walking down, so she's got whatever, and then she looks down, she screams in horror, and it's a leaf.
Yes.
It's a fallen orange leaf on the ground, like summer's over. And then here's the pumpkin, and it's like, ugh, that's very jarring.
when we came home on Sunday, I was checking the pool and I was cleaning out the skimmer, and there were leaves in the skimmer, and that was the thought. I'm like,
Yep. They're on their way down.
we're back
Yeah.
from vacation. Kids are going back to school. There's leaves in the skimmer
You're doing back to
and
school
pumpkin
today?
spice. Apparently.
Shopping?
I've been told this is the first year the kids have asked. Usually I'm pushing them out the door saying, no, we have to go at least get you a backpack. And they're all about it. I imagine they'll be waiting at the door when I get home.
Take advantage of it then, right? Go.
Yes and no. I have a
Really?
feeling it's going to be an expensive day.
Yeah, okay.
But yes. And my child, the oldest, Nathan, as I said to you this morning, the young man, really, because we did inventory last night. So I made them clean out the closet, like pull everything out, their shoes, their backpacks. We finally cleaned out the backpack. Lunches hadn't been in there, but the work and everything.
Yeah.
To see where everything, took stock just to see. 3 pairs of shoes came out of Nathan's closet. Not one fit him. Like 3 pairs of running shoes.
Right.
Not one fit him. Not one, and not just a little bit. The kid he's a giant. Like he has monstrous feet, like huge feet.
Not even close to where it was first day of school last year.
And I think one pair might be a year old, might be.
Oh, wow.
And the
Yeah.
other one's maybe a few months.
Right.
So
Going right through 'em.
Yeah, we need to get him shoes today. So the hunt is on.
Yeah. And then you're going to have to give him another pair of Christmas.
In probably 2 or 3 months. So
Yeah.
they're going to be big on him. He's going to have clown shoes when he starts.
Right.
He'll grow into them by Christmas.
Thanksgiving, they'll be good and comfy. Right?
That's the hope. But I don't, maybe, and I do realize, like, you go through growth spurts. I don't know if you hit it, but yeah, it just amazes me how quickly when it comes on. And the poor kid, too, his jacket, we realized when we were on vacation, he needs a new jacket, too. The sleeves were, I'm like, oh, Nathan, I'm so sorry.
Like short sleeves, like halfway up to his elbow.
We went to the Ripley's, believe it or not, where they have the tallest man and they show him in like the short clothes. And I'm like, that's Nathan with his little clothes on.
All right.
Poor kid. So, yes, we're going shopping today.
It is 2 weeks today, first day of school. What else we talked about this morning? The phrases at work that raise your blood pressure, your beats per minute. A bunch of volunteers that took part in this were asked to wear monitors at work and then sort of, note when things happened that sort of made you feel a little uncomfortable or whatever, or things that were said. And they kept journals and then they compiled them. And the phrases that most raised beats per minute, they released that. And it's pretty funny.
It's funny. It is funny.
So, I don't know, maybe go up 15% when you hear, do you have anything you want to discuss? So you get kind of put on the spot.
Yeah.
Makes people uncomfortable. Can I talk to you about what you're wearing? That would, I just got, I can feel me going, oh. And I'm a guy.
It'd be more of a question of what's wrong with what I'm wearing? What's going on?
That sounds like accusatory.
Yeah.
Can we, can I talk to you about passive aggressive? If I'm not in code, could you say something then? Or coworker, ready? I accidentally deleted it. When you,
that absolutely,
smokes.
that would definitely get my blood pressure up.
So something didn't get done, and the answer back is, well, I tried to call or Zoom you earlier. So technology is at fault, not me. So again, anytime excuses starts raising,
that does drive me crazy when they say, well, I sent you an email. And my response to that is, well, did you pick up the phone? When, yes, I can relate to that one. Unless you have that contact with that person,
right,
then you haven't tried. Then you haven't gotten through. So it's not going to be right. So how can you just walk away and leave it? Oh, yeah.
I know. In fact,
I'm getting worked up just thinking about it.
I've read enough stuff on at-work duties that says if you're in charge of getting the information out, it doesn't end when you hit send on the email. Your job is now to confirm they all got it and understand it. The fact that you chose to email them does not absolve you now of any responsibility of them getting it.
No, not at all.
If it's more important that you go around and have a discussion with each and every one of them, then that's what you do, because your job is to impart the information.
That is what you do.
Not to give them heck for not reading your email.
Again, you will talk about passive aggressive.
Yeah. You chose to do it that way. That's right.
That they're going to read that email and understand it automatically. You're right.
All at the
100%.
same time. If I'm responsible for getting information out, it's not absolved when I hit send. Not at all.
Nope.
So when somebody says to you, how do you think it's going?
That makes me laugh out loud.
Yeah. How do I think it's going?
How do you think it's going?
How do you think it's going? I think it's great. How do you like what I'm wearing? It's come to my attention. Now we're starting to get into the you might be in trouble when.
Yeah.
It has come to my attention. Raises the blood pressure. Just make it happen.
And you're right. You've said it a few times. It's so dismissive.
So condescending.
I don't want to hear how. I don't want to just do it. And then I can picture them just walking away. And again, it's that.
Yeah. But I have 2 other projects. You said, just make it happen.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have the reason. Just make it happen. Would you be able to do a presentation for us? So some people don't like to talk in front of a crowd, don't like to get in front of people. Yes. Short notice. Hey, put together something for us. We'll talk to you in an hour. And the number 1 is let's have a chat. Come on in my office. We'll have a chat. Oh my God, 84%. Your beats per minute go up 84% when somebody says to you, let's have a chat. Yeah. So all the stress at work. That's why we're all quitting, because we're all stressed out.
Well, and some may feel that's a non-aggressive way about starting the conversation with someone.
Let's have a chat.
Let's talk about this. But in fact, really, you're doing the opposite. by saying that, because already like the person gets their back up. And it's like, oh, what does he want to talk about? What's going to happen? Like, what do I have to do now? Or what aren't I doing? What am I wearing? What aren't I wearing? Like, it turns it right around.
Or if you know why, and it's like, oh, you've been dreading it.
Yeah.
Because something's not going well or whatever. Or somebody said something. It's just like, oh, you're just dreading.
Here we go.
How do you get around that? What do you think? How would you get around that? If you were in that situation and you were the one that had to initiate it, because we've been on the receiving end for so long, but I was a manager too. I don't know.
Well, and disagree with me on this if I am wrong, but just be honest about it. Just say, hey, can we talk about this? And be specific too. Like, don't pussyfoot around it. Don't be passive aggressive about it. Say, hey, we need to talk about what's going on here. Do you have 5 minutes? Can we just do this now and then it's done and we can both, let's find a way around it. Let's fix it.
Yeah, right.
Like,
especially let's fix it as opposed to I'm going to blame you.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
But it's not my fault. Well, I didn't say it was your fault. No. I said I'm going to blame you. It's two totally different things. And that's just it. I think anger definitely needs to be removed. Yeah. From any of those conversations. That has to go away first. But then, but coming at it in a positive way as opposed to, again, the passive aggressive way. Like, really come at it like, okay, this is what's happened. We need to address it. We need to talk about it. Can you come with me? We'll talk about it and try and figure it out. Get it fixed, kind of thing. A couple of things. I think for the most part, our industry, at least the radio stations I've worked at, is a little bit less corporate. We're not uncorporate or anti-corporate because we're not all in offices. Yeah, it's a little loosey-goosey. Yeah, so you're also more likely to be spoken to or have that discussion where you work. So you're not hauled into an office. Yeah. So that always helps. So if you want to have a chat and they're alone, do it there. Yeah. Do it where they're comfortable. Absolutely. That's as opposed to come see me at the end of the day. Then your whole workday shot. Yeah. If you know you have a meeting at 4:45 about something, and it turns out they wanted to know if you wanted to be on the company's ball team, it's like, oh my gosh. Yeah, it could be something ruins totally the whole day. Trivial and or a good thing, and you've gone in your head, into your own mind, and turned it into, because we all do that. With you. Yeah, exactly. For sure. And I had, and this is horrible, I did have, it did happen to me. A program director who would talk to you before you went on the air. Yeah. And I just thought that didn't work with him for a very long time, which was really good because I thought that is you. What do you think is going to happen now? Yeah. When I turn on the mic. Mm-hmm. You've just spoken to me about this, which was very trivial, I will say. And now you want me to go do my show. Right. Yeah. And your job is to get the best out of me. And do this. And you've totally set me up. And he did it with, he would do it with everybody. Mine was pretty minor, but I'd see him do it with other people. And it's like, you were setting them up to fail. And that's not good. Yeah. So it became and that, not a trigger, but that you'd see him coming or hear him say certain phrases and it wouldn't even be directed at you. And the blood pressure would just be like, oh, he's doing it again. Why is he doing that? But when I was a manager, I would do what I always called MBWA, which is manage by walking around. So I always kind of knew everything that was going on. I wouldn't have to summon people. I would just sort of know. And I don't know if that was a style or, again, the type of industry we have where we don't have offices. We have work areas like, But where we work is an open. Yeah, like open pit areas with a bunch of desks. In a room. Yeah. Yeah. So nobody needs to really ever get dressed down or spoken to outside of what's going on inside the full culture of the group. We're all like a herd, and you just kind of, everybody sort of knows what's going on. And that's a good way to describe it. A herd of radio announcers walking around and marketers. Gaggle of geese. But it's not unlike somebody walking in, and they've done that before, either from sales or promotions, and say, good, you're all here. I need an idea. And we all start, because we're all creative people. Yeah. We get ideas and then something goes and it goes off. So it doesn't, our industry doesn't always just happen in a boardroom. It's quick, it goes. Yeah. So when I hear that stuff, it's like, wow, I don't think I could work in an office because I don't think I could. It's too formal. Yeah, and some people need that. I think if I was ever micromanaged, I wouldn't last till Friday. I wouldn't make it a week. And it's not because I'm unmicromanageable, but so much of
we are very fortunate to have that freedom. Right. to kind of spitball, as
Yeah.
you said, out there, and even in here in the studio like this, just kind of talk back and forth and really see where it goes.
Yeah. And I've talked to people about that before, and I said, could you imagine micromanaging a hockey player? And it's like, what do you mean? It's like, okay, it's a 2-on-1, and they make the pass, and the guy tips the bouncing puck, but he shoots wide. And if the coach stopped and said, and then went up to in the middle of the game, stopped the game, and then went up to that player and said, okay, what could you have done better there?
Yeah.
No,
How do
we're
you
in the
feel
middle of a
about
hockey game. You don't stop every time the puck bounces the wrong way for you, but that's the way some micromanagers are. It's like, well, you just let the project go. Like, I get everything can be better, but in the end of the day, we're trying to get to something else. You can't stop every time something happens. I wouldn't be able to do it. Like, if every time we shut the mic off, we all had to discuss how that could have been better. Of course it could, nothing's, could you imagine? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So, but anyway,
it is
let's have
very
a
interesting.
chat. Let's
Yes.
have a chat.
And we put it up on our socials. And thank you to those who did comment, who said the same thing. Now, it's not always, I wouldn't say it's always negative, and it's not always addressing down that raises people's blood pressure that
Right,
leads
yeah.
to that. Because someone, I will say, it sounds like it usually happens around a ball being dropped, perhaps. And that's where a lot of the comments online came from. For instance, I liked Jane's response of, my bad.
My bad. Yeah. Like that somehow absolves some of it. Totally
It's
forgiven.
just and it is 2 words, but it just can get your blood boiling. And then the other one by Charlene, going forward.
Going forward. Oh my God. I know. No, I don't think so. Thanks. I don't think so.
Now with Mark, I do get physical reactions sometimes, and I know I do with things I say and things I bring up. A lot of it's inside jokes, I realize. But the one that gets him the most, and the one that always happens, is 6 o'clock when the door opens. Hi, Mark.
Hi, Marcus. Oh my gosh.
The blood pressure.
You don't like it when I say trust me.
No, I argue that. That is not right.
No?
I do like it. My anxiety goes up a little bit, but I do enjoy it because it keeps me on my toes. It's like, oh, great. Where are we going?
What are we doing about that? Just trust me.
I go in cold.
No.
Yeah.
I don't know what you're going to do
And
here.
Mark pushes me down the rabbit hole.
And away we
And
go.
it always comes out well. So I know, I do enjoy that, but I wouldn't say it's the blood pressure. It's that feeling of, okay, what's going to happen?
Do you have anything at home that way? Because I will tell you the phrase that I've now learned that my wife cannot stand more than anything when anybody says it. And that's when somebody says, don't worry about it. And I will say that, and that sets her off. Hey, did you know it? Don't worry about it. I don't want to hear that. Don't worry about it. So dismissive.
There's 2 things. It's funny you say that. There's
Okay.
2 things
Right.
that get my blood boiling. One, the usage of the word use.
Use. Okay. Okay. Use. Right.
Drives me crazy.
We're broadcasters. So
Secondly,
word is
and
you.
not that I hear it at home, but that is my blood pressure will rise when I hear people use that word. The second one at home is when my husband, I ask him a question or I suggest something around the house and he'll say, yeah, I'll try.
Yeah, I'll try.
No, don't try. Yes or no. Do you want to do this? Don't you want to do this? Should we do this? Shouldn't we do this? Does this need to be done? Doesn't this need to be done? It's not I'll try. Nope. Yes or no. I'll try leaves it way open, way too
Yeah.
open.
Yeah.
Just yes or no.
I tried. Yeah. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no. Can you cut the grass tonight? I'll try. Nope. That's not an answer.
Yeah.
Yes or
Don't
no.
worry about it.
Oh my gosh.
Because
Yeah.
I will say it dismissively.
Oh.
You know, did you? Don't worry about it.
Oh,
hey,
you
what was
see?
this? What was this thing over here? Don't worry about it. I asked you a
Passive
question.
aggressive
Yeah.
and being dismissive.
Horrible combination. Perfect storm.
Oh my gosh.
Perfect,
oh my gosh.
Perfect storm. Coming up tomorrow, we're going to talk about the CBC report that just came out that 56% of Canadians now say they're not making the ends meet. Inflation, various other things.
Absolutely.
And then
Yeah.
what came with it is we gave you $5,000 free. $5,000 came out of the sky and dropped in your lap.
In the mail.
What would you do with it? And the various things that people said they would do with the economy the way it is now, how many would spend, would save, would buy, would give it away. So we'll talk some finances coming up tomorrow on the air, and we'll be unveiling our Throwback Thursday in honor of the Elvis Festival.
Yeah.
Which is coming up.
Might not be quite what you think.
Right.
But
Never is on this show. For Burger Revolution and the Rising Burger, which is the BOTM, the Burger of the Month. So we'll have that for you tomorrow morning. And on the Mark and Charity Coffee Podcast. Have yourself a great Tuesday. We'll talk to you.